Welcome back to Automation for the Now. As promised, here's part 2 of our discussion on identifying solutions for our customers. Let's get after it.
RōBEX presents Automation for the Now, a series discussing industry-specific topics that affect manufacturing processes and the automation solutions that are innovating the future today.
So Troy, obviously we go through the process whether we are trying to determine with the customer whether we can help them or not. And obviously, if we can't, we certainly want to share that the direction with the customer and maybe help provide them with some other referrals or some other folks in the business that we do have connections with. But if there is an opportunity to help a customer, there's a couple things that we really want to focus on as it relates to the information-wise. What are some of the specific questions that we want to get answered to move forward with the design of the solution that's important for you? Beyond obviously kind of get some of the initial items up front that I'm trying to get to help at least give the initial direction with the customer.
Yeah, good question. So what you're gathering information. I'm probably going back and clarifying all that information. But what the other big piece of the pie that we're trying to do is understand the manufacturer's facility. So are there I-beams in the way? Is this a fork truck aisle? Or is there fork truck traffic? And so you're gathering information, but I'm trying to understand plant flow. I'm trying to understand what constraints do I have to fit all this equipment in to make it a working system. So, we can gather all the information, but if I can't fit it in the plant, it doesn't work.
And a CAD file, obviously a CAD file is extremely important because that gives you fairly close dimensions and measurements. But what I've also found out is it's also great to do a site visit. So as we get a little further along with a partner and knowing we can help them, doing a site visit, doing a walkthrough allows you and anyone that's helping design that solution to also see the things that are beyond that CAD file.
Exactly. And what the process that I like to take myself and my salesmen through is at least to obviously gather all the preliminary information, put a preliminary concept together based on conference calls that we had. But then, yes, at that point, go out physically out into the field and verify that information, talk to the people out on the plant floor, talk to the engineers, understand the plant flow and how things work. There's little things that you miss in the details. It could be labels. So if we're picking up a label and the label's on the left-hand side of a unit load, and we're picking it up with an autonomous robot, maybe that label has to remain delivered on the left-hand side. Those are some of the details that maybe you missed by not going out into the plant and actually seeing that firsthand.
And who are the folks that we are a lot of times getting information from? A lot of times I'm initially talking with a COO or a plant manager. Who's the individual that is helping guide you, provide you with really some of the information that's helpful for your processes?
Usually the corporate engineers, plant engineers, maintenance, whoever's running that project, whether they're running it from the corporate standpoint or if they're running it at a plant level.
Troy, in closing, as we wrap this conversation up, discuss a little bit about the importance of the relationship that we have with our customers, and not just now, but moving forward down the road, because we know customers, their business changes, their needs change, and discuss your thought process and how important that is for you with the relationship.
Well, I think it's a 3-tier process for me. So the first thing in my mind is we've got to put out quality, robust equipment. That's number one. We follow that up with superb service, and then it's the continual just communication. We've got to be in communication with our customer. We have to understand what their needs are, how their needs are changing, and how we can react to those needs and keep providing the best equipment possible.
And that includes the technology. Obviously, technology is advancing all the time. We have these two beautiful AMR units, autonomous mobile robot units behind us that just, a year and a half, 2 years ago, this stuff did not exist. So it's up to us to help educate and provide updated information, and that's that relationship management. That's it. That's the communication piece that you talked about.
Yeah, and it's communication is not just a phone call. It's just like you mentioned. We can take these out in the field or the autonomous robots. We can do live demos in customers' plants. So you're right. It's communication by education.
It's our job to show that we are the best at what we do and our expertise to help our partners and our customers. Before you go, please hit the subscribe button for our YouTube channel. If you have any questions or just want some more information about RōBEX, please feel free to email us at automation@robex.us. Thanks for watching.